Good morning. I am getting ready to make my breakfast this morning. I haven't decided what I'm gonna eat. I have leftovers I need to eat today. And I am determined to paint my posts out there on the porch. My daughter's supposed to come tomorrow and help me do the upper part. Wasn't feeling too good yesterday afternoon, so I never did do much in the house. I have my, I didn't even dry my parsley that I picked and washed. So I'm gonna put that in the dehydrator today. I do need to go out there this evening and water the garden. Excuse me, especially I haven't had my coffee this morning, so I have a frog in my throat. I especially need to water the seeds that I planted recently. So I need to find some turnips. I might replant some. I still have a little bit of kale. I think I have at least one more packet of kale that I could try to plant again. The beans are taken off, but I don't know if they're going to have time to make anything. It took them a long time to get going. None of my onions, except for a few bunching onions over in the leek, where the leeks are, and the grow bag that has the leeks. Those are the only ones that have sprouted. None of the others have sprouted. And I planted regular onions too. Nothing. I'm still watering them, hoping for a miracle. Something got up in the carrot bed and peanut bed, and yesterday all I saw was one carrot still, one little carrot seedling. So that's disappointing. I think I'm just gonna warm up some leftovers. The light is shining. I don't know if that's still glaring. I think it's glaring from the window. I think I will just warm up the fried oysters I made the other day. They need to be eaten. I made some pork last night when I finally started feeling better. I tried to take a nap when I started feeling bad, but I couldn't fall asleep. So I'm gonna put a video that I made, a really short one from yesterday. I went shopping kind of early in the day when I was still feeling okay, and I didn't buy too much. I just needed a few items. So I'll put that in here, like maybe right now. And I'm gonna warm up my breakfast and make some coffee. So I'm gonna throw this little shopping haul in my next video. I'm not gonna do a video today. I think I'm just going to work on my porch, maybe, if I get the energy to do it finally, and dry some parsley that I picked earlier in my dehydrator. I'm waiting for it to dry out. It's dripping all over the floor. I have a bunch of it. I picked the best leaves. I made sure there were no swallowtail butterfly eggs anywhere, and then I picked them. And I'm just gonna let them dry out because I did rinse them off. After they dry out some, I will put them in the dehydrator. I might have to pat them dry. I don't know. We'll see. But that's pretty much all I'm gonna do today in surveys to make a little bit of money. So I just ran to Kroger real quick. I got some milk. It's a half gallon, or 64 fluid ounces, 1.89 liters. That was $3.79. So I could have got that at Walmart cheaper. Not the same brand. I could have got the Walmart brand, and I think it's always $3.38. But I didn't want to go all the way into Walmart. Walmart here is a huge store, and the milk and eggs, which is the primary things I was going for, are clear in the back of the store. So I just went to Kroger's, and I went online and I looked at their coupons, and I clipped a couple. One I clipped were peaches. I got 2 of them, 2 yellow peaches. They had peaches, yellow peaches, white peaches, and then nectarines for $1.99 a pound. And I paid $1.06 for those. And they had my bread on sale also. It was $2.29. So I got 20 cents off that, which is okay. I got a dozen eggs for $2.89 and bananas so I could eat them. And I got small ones, the smallest ones they had. I was hoping they'd have a ripe one, but they didn't. But I'll put them over by my ripening tomatoes, so maybe they will ripen quicker. So the bananas were 61 cents. And then they had these on sale. And they were $1.99. So I think they were, does it say what they normally are? Yeah, so normally they're $2 more than that, which is insane. Usually they're $3.99 for this tiny little bag of chips. It's 7.5 ounces or 212.6 grams. Small, it's not even a normal size bag of chips. And I happened to pass by the ice cream. I was looking for ice cream bars again. Nothing looked good. And then I saw where Breyers was having a buy one get one off. And I almost got one because they would have been about $2.50 a piece, maybe a little bit more, maybe $2.60 for each one. But one of those would go to waste, probably more than one, because I don't eat ice cream that frequently. I put it in there and I forget about it, and then it gets ice crystals all in it, and it's no good. So I decided not to buy one, and all the other ice cream were ridiculously expensive, and they're getting smaller. I'm pretty sure they shrunk since the last time I shopped for ice cream. They're getting smaller by the day. So all of my little shopping was, what was the grand total here? $12.63. I saved $3.59 on that shop. So I'm good on eggs and milk for a while. I probably won't do another grocery shop until mid-September when I get my Social Security. So my breakfast is coffee and what's left of the oysters, rice and cabbage. I'm gonna go check on the garden now before I clear off some of my table and start drying these parsley leaves. It's a nice 73 out today. Picked a bunch of the parsley. One tiny carrot. So I have a couple of the small watermelon. I need to see if they I picked this a couple days ago. I'm going to see if it's ripe or not. Nope. Just going to go back in the garden. And this one I just picked. And it isn't ripe either. So I think I'm going to leave the ones that are hanging in the tunnel a while after the tendril turns brown. Yeah. Not right. Such a waste. Wash some of these cherries and freeze them. I freeze them in this little dish or a plate or something, and then when they're frozen, I put them in the bag. Just gonna freeze. And I go put these in the back freezer. So I cleared a spot for my little dehydrator. I'm going to start filling the trays up. Still have a bunch of seeds drying out. I'm just gonna pick off the good leaves, leave the bad. Cut the stems up to go in the compost. I'm gonna put it on top of here. I still haven't looked up how long to dry it for. I still need to do that. So my parsley's ready. I have a few trays. They're all not full. And I left this one down in there to catch anything that falls through. And I just looked on the internet because I don't know where my dehydration book is. Said between 1 and 4 hours. So I'm gonna set it for, oops. I'm gonna set it for 2 hours at maybe 105, kind of in between. I'm getting ready to go out and paint a coat of paint on the pillars. I'm trying to remember if I've already done one coat of paint. I think I have. And I think I need to do 2 on the upper part of the pillars. That's what I remember anyway. So it would have been better if I had just done it, gotten over with it in the beginning. So the beginning of the week, just did it. But I procrastinated and I didn't do it. I have my paint shirt on. It's a shirt I don't wear out in public because it says these boobs were made for walking, and it was made by the nurses I went walking with. When I was working in the hospital, somebody wanted to do the walk for Susan G. Komen, the breast cancer research thing. So we all, a few of us got together, like 5 or 6 of us got together, and we did this walk / run. And somebody made these t-shirts. I don't know if you can see. It has the VA on the back and a couple of my friends' names who have had to deal with breast cancer. So yeah, I don't go out. The only time I ever wore this in public was on that walk, run. Yeah. And I just use it around the house to garden in, and now it's a paint shirt. So let me get this stuff ready. Oh, Kitty, no. No, no, no. Leave the squirrel alone. No. Hey. Leave the squirrel alone. So the painting's done for today. So the cat almost got the squirrel. I think he's still... The cat's gone because the squirrel's up in the bird feeder. So for now. The squirrel ran into the crab apple tree higher up, and then he jumped into my garden bed, the big bird, the lower birdie bed, and the cat had him trapped. And I thought for sure the cat was going to get him, but he didn't, and now the squirrel's eating out of the bird feeder again. And the cat, I don't know where he went. Hopefully he's not still stalking around. I don't know if this peaches, I still have paint. I just scrubbed my hands and I still have paint on them. So I just checked the parsley. It's been about an hour since it's been in there. So it is not even close to being dry. So I increased, it's like 2.5 hours on the timer now. And it is time for lunch. I think I'm gonna warm up my miso soup that I made. Did I make it 2 days ago? I don't even remember. I don't think it was yesterday. I think it was 2 days ago. So I need to eat it up. I'm gonna chop up some tofu, the rest of the tofu that's in there that I didn't put in the soup to begin with. And I think I'm just gonna eat that. I have some rice. I might get some seaweed out and eat some rice with some seaweed and soy sauce. I think I'm gonna go get another leek too, because, and look at the Swiss chard, because I hardly have any greens in there. I don't know if I have any. I don't think I do. I think except for a few shiitake mushrooms, I ate all the vegetables out when I made that soup. I warmed it up yesterday. So I found 2 little leaves of the Swiss chard, some sweet potato vine leaves, parsley, and a little leek. I need to wash this better. So here's my lunch today. Some miso soup and rice with a few pieces of seaweed. I forgot that I had the seasoned seaweed, so I don't need soy sauce with this. They still aren't close to being dry. So I think it's going to take the whole 5 hours or longer. So I was in the back in my bedroom when I started getting cold. For some reason my air conditioning came on. It's only 77 outside. My thermostat in here is set at 78. So it dawned on me that I could probably just turn the air off completely. And if it gets too warm, I don't think it's supposed to get up over 80 degrees in the next few days. So, and if it does, I can turn the fans on. I have fans in almost every room in the house, all the bedrooms in here and the living room. So I don't think I'm going to be using my air conditioning anymore. Save some money, unless we get a heat wave or something. I'm about to go out and water the garden. Okay. The parsley is almost done. It still has another hour to go. I don't know if I'm going to need to dry it quite that much. So after I water my garden, I will come in and check on it. I don't think it's completely dry. So I just finished watering the garden and planting some more leeks, all the rest of the leeks. This old packet of beets that I don't expect to germinate, it was packed in 2000 and it was only 99 cents. Kind of sad, but it was about half full. So I decided to go ahead and try. And then I got these, I don't know what year, I ripped the year off. So I don't know, in the last couple of years, I think, possibly last year, it's Kamatasuna. It's some kind of brassica, leafy green. I vaguely remember eating it last year, but yeah, it's frost hardy, so hopefully it will sprout and I'll get something from it. Still no kale out there. I also planted some of my scallop squash, even though it's getting really late in the season. The parsley's done. It is not all done. So I'm pretty sure that's been over 5 hours. At 105 degrees, I've now got it on 115 for another hour. So when it's dry, I'm going to crumble it up because I have no mortar and pestle. I'm going to crush it up with my hands and put it in these little salt and pepper shakers. So I've had these for years. I bought them for my salt and pepper, but it came in a 4-pack. So I've had these up in the cabinets, these other two, for years. So I'm just going to use those. So I have some stray vegetables. Carrots I bought a little while ago. I only have a couple left, but they're starting to get bad, so I'm going to air fry a few of them. I might cut them a little bit more so they don't need to cook so long. So I'm going to air fry the carrots, the 4 green beans from my garden, and 1 okra, and eat it with some pork that I made in the Instant Pot last night. I also made some Meyer's cornbread stuffing. I didn't really like it too much. I'm gonna finish it, well, I'm gonna eat some of it tonight with my dinner, but it wasn't great. So I'm not really impressed with some of the store brand Meyer foods. The other day I did eat, so if you were watching my Meijer shop, I bought some Meijer brand, what was it? Oh, beefaroni. They didn't call it beefaroni, but there was no beef in it. It was okay. And I also bought some spaghetti and meatballs, and I think they called it pasta and meatballs or something. It was better than the Meijer's brand beefaroni. It was okay. It was a little bit better than okay, but I don't know if I would eat their store brands anymore, because now I've had their stuffing mix and I didn't really like it. I used to buy Save-A-Lot brand cornbread stuffing mix. I really liked it. I haven't bought it in a while though. I quit going there over the last few years because their prices have skyrocketed. Well, everybody's has, but Save-A-Lot's more expensive now than Walmart, so that's crazy. But if I decide to make Thanksgiving dinner, I might go buy a box or two, but I don't know if I will. And I don't know if I'm going to make Thanksgiving dinner. While that's air frying, I am going to go see if there's any surveys for me to do on Prolific. I've gotten it up to about a little over $50, I think. So that's not too bad for the last few days. I haven't been doing it every day. When I first started doing them, I was trying to do them every day for a little bit, like a half hour or so, just to keep it up. And I think the first or second month I did it, I made like $200, which I didn't think was too bad. It's more than YouTube for me, so a little bit of extra money is kind of nice. So I'm gonna go see. There weren't any surveys for me earlier when I checked. There were this morning and I did them. I did a few, but done this afternoon. So I'm gonna go check and I'll come back and finish my dinner making. Here's my dinner. Just some box stuffing, cornbread stuffing, vegetables, and some pork that was cooked in the Instant Pot. I'm gonna go eat my dinner. I will probably just leave the parsley leaves in there till tomorrow and let them cool off before I put them in the jars. And I'm gonna go eat and edit this video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for commenting on my videos. Take care. Bye.